Our group is interested in the topic of mindfulness, and we have sort of defined this as being intentional in your body and slowing down and reducing your stress and kind of taking deep breaths and sitting with your thoughts. And we're interested in this because we want to see if there are any positive benefits for children in the classroom, especially elementary age students, and if it kind of benefits their regulation throughout the day and their social emotional regulation and development.
Among elementary age children, we are looking how mindfulness impacts the emotional well-being of children, especially in school settings. My subtopic is physical movement, and I will be looking at a lot of different topics regarding, yoga, physical movement breaks, guided versus free movement, gross motor development.
So my subtopic is nature and the outdoors, and I'm going to be looking into how nature-based mindfulness practices can support children's emotional development. And some keywords I'm thinking of looking into is fresh air, breaks, breathing, and looking at some outcome-specific studies that were based on initiatives, or we're looking at developmental outcome findings in field studies, like those in outdoor education recreation programs, nature kindergartens, summer camps, as well as just classroom-based initiatives like brain breaks.
Sweet.
Alright, I'm looking at sensory processing and regulation. Some areas of interest are how dysregulation and sensory overload in the classroom, how mindfulness can help with that, and how the chaotic classroom environment, how mindfulness can just really help all of the sensory processing, so whether that's loud noises or more tactile things, and looking at how mindfulness can impact children's interoception and their hunger and things like that.
Sweet.
I'm looking into artistic and creative expression in the classroom, and looking kind of at how different activities and regular artistic practices can help impact self-regulation, emotional understanding, and overall well-being. And I'm going to research this by looking into how art therapy has influenced children's development, looking at correlational studies, some experiments, and honestly some common curricula around California or around the US that have shown how art can be implemented into the curriculum and be a huge benefit to kids in the classroom.
Sweet. Okay, and then for my subtopic, I'll be focusing on neurodivergent children and kind of how all of this research kind of culminates into that. So I will be looking at kind of how intentional mindfulness practices can help benefit children with special needs in the classroom. I'll mostly be looking at longitudinal studies about how we implemented this mindfulness practice with our children, with our students with special needs, and this is the outcomes, and kind of just looking at how it benefits regulation, social norms, and kind of also helping children too who are feeling dysregulated, and if mindfulness helps them re-regulate.